Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to Jargon Free Help. Now this week I imagine many of you are getting ready to go on holiday. Some of you may already be on holiday, so you're probably not watching this podcast. But are you like me, where you end up with all of this now going in your luggage? Cables. Technology comes with us when we go on holiday. And there's just a few tips I've got. It's not a comprehensive list, but it's something to help you out. First up, mobile phones. Make sure that they're unlocked so you can put a SIM card in at the other end so you can get local calls, and you can also then get a local data bundle, which means you won't be paying outrageous data roaming charges. Now the other important thing is you also need to switch off the data roaming on here unless you want a lot of charges. I know someone recently who had a bill of over £500 just from looking at emails and using maps. But more about maps later because they really do catch you out. The other thing you could think of doing, a lot of these devices now have Wi-Fi in them. What you need to do is find a Wi-Fi hotspot at your destination, which could be your hotel, although hotels tend to be expensive. Coffee shops are very good, and a lot of local town centres now have free Wi-Fi. Sometimes buying a cup of coffee at a coffee shop will actually give you free Wi-Fi anyway, so that's always a good idea. It'll be faster too. Now the other thing you need to consider is if you've got enough of these. Digital memory cards, USB memory cards and things like that. This is for your camera. Well, it's for my camera anyway. Make sure you've got enough of these. Have you copied your photographs onto your computer and then backed them up and then cleared these so that you've actually got enough space on there as well? So that's really important. Have you also got, just a little reminder, little adapter so you can plug in your things and it converts to the correct plug as well. And also you might want to make sure you've got all your batteries. Make sure they're all charged. Are all your devices charged as well? Make sure that you do that. It's a good idea to charge before you go and then take your chargers with you. Have you remembered your chargers? Also look to see if any of your chargers will actually work with other devices as well. For example, my TomTom uses the same charger as my BlackBerry. So why not just take the one? And you might find that's true of many others, but check. You don't want to damage any equipment. Now if you're going on a long flight, you're using an iPod Touch, you need a little bit of extra power because it won't go all the way, you might want something like this. This is like a rechargeable battery pack. This is a solar one, and what you can actually do is, well, I have to say the solar takes a long time to charge, but I can plug it into my computer and it will charge from there and it'll give me a lot of extra power if I'm going on a long flight. So those are things that you can do. Don't forget your chargers. Make sure your batteries are charged up. Make sure you've unlocked your phone and look at getting a SIM card when you're at the other end. And also make sure that you've got enough memory for your memory cards and your cameras as well. Tapes if you're still using tapes, and film if you're still using film. So with all that in mind, let's just take a look at this week's App of the Week. Okay, this week's App of the Week is not really an app as such that you aren't familiar with. It's Maps. Now Maps are very good when you're away on holiday because you can actually put in your location, you can type in coffee shops, you can type in particular restaurants, that will come up on here. But the warning that I've got for you this week is that Maps use an awful lot of data, and this is where people get caught out on their holidays. If you are going to use the Maps, please get a SIM card with a data bundle that is local to the destination. If I'm looking at the UK, popular destinations, £3 a megabyte. A lot of maps use 3 megabytes, so that's £9. £9 just to look at a map. And how often are you going to do that? Update it. As you're walking along, it's updating. They're very, very useful. Make sure you get a data bundle. Check it out before you go. A lot of places you can just look them up online. Vodafone, AT&T, T-Mobile, Orange, and so on. Just check all of those out. Telefonica and O2 as well. 3 is also very good. I must admit, when I go to Australia, I do use 3. They've got a really good data bundle there as well. And you can just do it as a pay-as-you-go. So once you've finished with it, you just throw it away. So that is just a little word of warning about an app that is actually very handy, which is Maps. And on to this week's new tutorials. As you know, the tutorials are proving very popular. They get busier and busier every week, people looking at them. So just a couple that are very, very useful is Mail Merge in Word, very popular. If you've got a list and you want to send out some letters or you need to create some labels and you've got a database, then you can actually merge the two together. So you know when you get those personalized letters, you too can do the same, and that is under the Word section on the website. Another very popular one is VLOOKUP in Excel. Check that one out. Very good for looking at values and then returning an answer for you, getting Excel to do the thinking for you. And my favourite is the if function. I'm going to be doing a lot more about tutorials next week in next week's podcast, so come back and check that out. Thanks for watching, happy holidays and happy computing.